It feels sticky. Like a marshmallow.
It's very comfortable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so lay back on that cloud and just let it absorb all of your weight. It's such a beautiful, wonderful feeling. It's like you don't have any weight at all. You can become one with that beautiful cloud. If you lay back on that cloud, let it absorb your weight. If you want to, you can even wrap the cloud around you like a big woolly blanket and snuggle down into the cloud. That's such a beautiful, comfortable, safe feeling. And it's almost as though you don't even have a body.
We're going to be talking about quantum healing
beautiful,
tonight.
Soft, comfortable, safe cloud.
And what it is to have a session.
And this cloud is floating
what we do during the
air,
session. Any questions you might have.
Soft and protected.
You hear in the background there is an
safe.
actual session.
Drifting and floating, floating and drifting. And this cloud
So if you have any
floats
questions
over the
about
land
quantum healing session,
and
or
over
you've
the
had one,
valleys, over
or
the
you're thinking about
mountains,
having
and
one,
even out
then
over
stay,
the ocean
because
if
you'll
it
get your
wants
questions
to.
answered.
It carries you with it, soft, protected, comfortable, and safe.
And what you hear in the background is Dolores Cannon's cloud method
over the land, over the
to
valley,
get people
protected and
into the theta state.
This cloud is like magic.
Hypnosis.
Because not only can it carry you over the land and over the valleys, it can also carry you back and back and back in time and space. I'm asking the cloud to move and carry you back and back and back in time and space.
So if you
to
have any
another
questions,
time, another place, where there is information we would like to find to help you in the very best way that we can.
And then I'm going to start going over what
the cloud
the
is
session
moving.
entails.
It's carrying you back
all the different
and
parts.
Back and back.
What's up, Peter? I'm
We're
doing a quantum healing
for the most appropriate time
special
and
tonight.
place to stop and look at and examine.
Hello, Meowser.
The most appropriate time and place to stop and look at.
This is a special live about quantum healing, so I'm not taking
now
any
the cloud
guesses
is slowing down. It's stopping at the most appropriate time and place.
If you listen in the background, there
now
is a
that the cloud has stopped at the most appropriate time and place, I want you to drift off of that cloud, back down, down, down to the surface. It won't be anything sudden, just like a leaf drifting gently out of a tree, back down to the surface. And as you come back down, I want you to tell me the very first thing that you see down there below you, or the very first impressions that you have as you come back down to the surface.
So this is what happens after you get someone off of the cloud
tree
and what they're seeing. Hi,
There's
Jess.
Look around and see what you see around you.
Fine.
I'm doing a special live about quantum healing, so for those that have questions about it.
Jeez.
Jessica has already had a session with me a few months back.
Okay, is there anything else you can tell me? Do you perceive yourself to have a body?
Sometimes when you come off the cloud, you do not have a body. You are a light body or a a shadow body. Hello,
And if you look
Candace.
down at your feet, what are you wearing on your feet?
The first thing we ask is what's around them. What are they wearing?
I don't have any shoes.
Whether they're female or male, because
So you're
different
barefoot.
lives,
What are you wearing on the body?
sometimes you're male, sometimes you're female.
I'm standing, it's wet. It's like vines and
Okay, I'm going to wait just a couple more minutes and then I'm going to get
About that
started.
place.
Hello, Teresa. I am doing a special live on quantum healing. Any of
Do you
your
hear
questions you have about
Are you
quantum
carrying
healing? If you
anything?
thought about having a session but have questions still,
a bag. And your water.
a lot of people have asked me to do this, so I'm doing it. You have a lot of questions?
There's a stream.
Well, we're going to go over all of it as far as what we do during a session. Behind me, I have a session playing.
Does your body feel male or female?
Hello, Clint.
Yeah, it feels
Clint's
now.
another one that has had a session with me a few months back. Almost a year now back.
My feet feel strong.
Are you young
You
or
paid
old?
someone and she took your $50 from Robert's live.
Does your body
Oh.
feel healthy?
It's strong. But hairy.
It is not scary.
Full.
Is it scary, Clint? Is it scary, Sharon? It's not scary, not one bit. And
Are you wearing
a lot of
any
people,
jewelry
that's
or
why I'm
ornaments
doing
on your
this,
body?
because a lot of people do think it's scary. And a lot of people think that they can't control themselves because they
You
see
said
those
you're
silly
carrying a bag. What's in the bag?
hypnotists hypnotizing people and making them quack like a duck.
Tools.
It's not like that at all.
What kind of tools?
They look
You
like
don't do anything that you wouldn't do otherwise during quantum healing hypnosis. Yeah, you have complete control.
like
It is guided meditation. Yep.
making something.
What happened, Stargazer?
What else can you tell me about your surroundings? You said you hear water and you see trees. Is it a forest?
Robert doesn't do quantum healing hypnosis, I don't. He does something else.
Yeah.
He does
Forest,
DMT.
like a forest. There's a stream far away.
It's deep guided meditation is what it is.
There's people out there.
Okay, you see people.
Oh, someone you knew? Yeah. Make sure that anyone that you're giving money to that you
They're by the
trust
stream.
them, for sure.
And what are they doing?
Yep.
They're washing.
So how does one
Wash.
quiet the mind? Okay, so we go through a guided meditation to quiet your mind. We use
Please.
Do you know those
Techniques.
people?
that get you deeper
Are they your
and
family?
deeper and deeper
Or friends?
into relaxation.
They seem to be
Yeah. Oh, Nettie just joined.
neighbors.
That's confirmation for me.
Okay.
Nettie was my mom's name. So that's confirmation that I'm in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing.
Okay, now, Casey, I want you to go to the place where you live. when I'm going to count to 3, when I get to 3, you're going to be in that place where you live.
Okay, so I do
1,
them.
2,
So I can do sessions
3.
After classes,
Now describe that
which
place.
my classes are from
Where you
9
live.
to 11:11 Eastern Standard Time. Or I can do them on at night at 7 o'clock, about 7 p.m. I can start a session. I usually don't like to go past 8 o'clock because it takes a couple hours to do a session. Hello, Luna. Hello.
And if you were to go inside that hut, what's
Okay.
inside that hut?
So, behind me is a session. I'm going to go ahead and shut that off for now because I want to answer your questions, but we'll get back to that. Hello, Barbara. Yeah. Yeah. It is a beautiful experience. So, you ask yourself, why? Why do I want a quantum healing session? Or, why do I want to be a quantum healer? For me, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. I was introduced to Dolores Cannon's work a few years back, and I listened to some of her sessions online, and I read a few of her books, and that is when my spirit self, my higher self, said to me, you're going to do this, so learn it. When you are open up to this kind of thing, your spirit guides are pushy. They will push you to do what you're meant to do on the planet. And part of my journey was doing quantum healing. If you feel like that's part of your journey, go and watch some sessions. Highly recommend it. I have a bunch of sessions on my YouTube at OpalStar33 that you can just listen to and get a feeling. If you have any questions about what can come up during a session, anything like that, you can find those answers. Also, read her books. Her books are amazing. Dolores Cannon's books. She's written many about her journey with quantum healing. So you have set up an appointment with me to have a session. Okay? You're going to get on Zoom. The first thing we do, we get on Zoom, and I get to know you a little bit better if I don't know you that well. Okay? Yeah, Bashar the thing with Bashar is he is contracted with that entity. That entity can take over his consciousness basically whenever he wants to. So that's something else. That's channeling. Okay? Quantum healing is not channeling. Not at all. The only thing a quantum healer does is guide you through a meditation, a very deep meditation, a hypnosis. Okay? So the first thing when we see each other on Zoom, I get to know you a little bit better. And then we're going to formulate questions. Okay? So some of the questions that you can ask during a quantum healing session, okay, are if you have like health related questions, okay? So you can ask health related questions such as, why am I experiencing a particular health issue? What is the root cause of a health issue? You can find those things out in quantum healing. One question I like everyone to ask, and I always suggest that this be the first question, is, what is my life purpose? Why am I here? What's my soul mission? Okay? there are so many different answers to that question for different people. We all have different missions on the planet. Going back to healing issues, right? How can I heal this specific issue? Right? One part of a quantum healing session is healing. Your team, you have a whole team of beings that have been with you lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. These same entities. They are guides. You've always had a dragon guide with you. You've always had angels with you, archangels. You've always had one person, one guide that is your particular guide. You have all these entities around you, and you can ask them anytime to help you with anything, and they will. They are there for you always. And I ask them to come in during a quantum healing session. That is who we speak to. We speak to your higher self and your team. I also have my team come in. My team is a very advanced team. Anyone that is called to do this kind of work has an advanced team. And they will talk to your team and get together and get exactly what you need to listen to hear, to continue, and to have your questions answered. You can ask, like, what is the best diet for me? What are the best foods for me? What are the worst foods? What do I need to eat more of? What are the best supplements for me to take? How can I live the healthiest life possible? What is needed in order for me to enjoy optimum health and immunity? What is keeping me from losing weight? If you have a weight issue, they can answer that question. What's the best way for me to get healthy and in shape? What are the best activities for me to do? Is there trauma stuck in my body, and how can I release it? How do I shift my response to past trauma? What if I've never asked for myself? What do you mean? These are questions that your higher self and your team know, and know the answers to. What is the root cause of the depression, anxiety, etc. I experience? How can I overcome a specific addiction? What if you've never asked yourself questions? If you have questions inside of you that haven't been answered, they will answer them. They will show you through a past life, or they will show you through thought. You'll just have that answer. Yeah, we go through, I'm going to go get to that, but I just want to go over some of the questions that you might ask during the quantum healing session. What's the cause behind discomfort in a certain area of your body? If you've always had like a bum knee, or your foot's been something strange about your foot, or anything like that, sometimes it has to do with a past life. And your team knows. Your team knows exactly why. And a lot of times, they can heal it. A lot of times, people will come with an anomaly or something that has been with them for many, many years, and then they have a quantum healing session, and it's gone. Because they realize it's from a past life, and it wasn't supposed to be part of this life. Now, there are things that are contracted into this life, that they cannot fix. Okay? If you contracted into this life knowing that you were going to have a dis-ease at a certain age, and this was a part of your contract, then there's really not much they can do. But if it happened in a past life and you brought it over into this life, then they can. Okay? But some things are contracted in. Okay. So, you can find out what other areas of your body require greater care and healing. What is necessary in order for that particular part of your body to be completely healed? It could be psychosomatic, and you just don't know it. And you can also ask, in addition to having a session, what other healing therapies can I greatly benefit from? Right? As in Reiki, or taking, they'll tell you what type of holistic things you can do. Your higher self will not tell you to, they're not going to tell you anything that's going to hurt you. It's always going to be for your highest good. Okay? They're never going to tell you go take an aspirin. I'll tell you that. They're never going to tell you that. They're going to tell you how you can get rid of, if you ask the question, how can I let go of my hurt, anger, resentment, fears, or grief? They're going to tell you. How can I overcome any specific fears and phobias? They're going to tell you. If you've always been afraid of something and you don't know why, it's mostly from a past life. It could be anything. It could be a fear of drowning. You drowned in a past life. So we go and you drowned in your past life and you get over it. It's like watching a movie of your life in the past. And when you bring someone through a past life, they actually remember. They start to remember their past lives. You can ask, are your chakras clear and balanced? Are they? Do you know? Your team knows. Yes. You can ask, what do I need to feel safe? You can ask, how can I best enjoy my sexuality at this time? Yes, you can ask about sex. You can ask, how can I bring the feminine and masculine into balance within myself? You can ask, what significant aspect of myself had I lost sight of that I need to be aware of? And what aspects of myself do I need to bring back? You can ask. You can ask what rituals will help you with what you mostly need in your life right now. You can ask, what have I held in my shadow that needs more of my honest reflection? You can ask, what is the most important thing for me to know at this time? Another thing your team won't tell you a lot about is the future. Why? Because they want you to concentrate on the now. When we go through past lives, it's going to be past lives that are going to tell you something about now, because I asked them to. One part of it is bringing you to the past life that has the answer to the questions that you need answered in your now. Okay? So that would be personal questions. What about relationships? Can you ask about relationships? Absolutely. You know, your team has access to all the Akashic records. And if you're meant to hear the answers, you will get your answers. So, you can ask, what is the role of a specific friend or family member in my life? You can ask. You can ask, how can I resolve issues with specific friends or family members? You can ask, what is the reason I'm experiencing specific issues with a specific friend or family member? They have all those answers. You can ask, what do I have to learn from this? After we go through 2 or 3 past life experiences, I always ask, what did you learn from that? What was the reason that we needed to show you that past life? Okay? You can ask, how can I be a better parent for my children? What do my children want me to know about them? You might find out that one of your children is your great-grandmother come back. I've had that happen. You might find out that your mother was actually your daughter in a past life. You might find that out too. You can find out what spiritual ties you have with your partner. I've had many, many sessions with their partner has been lifetime after lifetime after lifetime with them. Another thing you might not know about a quantum healing session is you can connect personally with any past loved ones that you want to. Yes. This is more than going to a medium. A medium, you go to a medium and they'll get the information from your past loved one and then they relay it to you, right? In a quantum healing session, you actually feel their energy, you get messages from them, you hug them, and you also see that they're okay and that you've lived other lives with them many, many times. Also, past pets. You can connect with past pets and see that they're okay. Hello, Janine. Hello, darling. I am doing a special live on quantum healing tonight for all those that have even ever thought about having a session and answering some questions about having a session. I will probably be putting this on my YouTube to help with people that might want to, get a session. Yeah. Well, Stargazer, you can connect with your past doggy. It happens very often. You can also connect with your dragon guide. I have had many people connect with dragon guides. And they're like, oh my God, that was so cool. Meeting my dragon guide. They come in. I asked them to come in and they come in. I have no doubts when it comes to quantum healing. None. I know what I can do in a session. And I know what my team can do. And if you want to meet your dragon guide, you will meet your dragon guide. I had one dragon guide that was being stubborn and he didn't want to come in for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe the person wasn't ready, but he didn't come in right away. But I waited I did a few more questions, and then the dragon guide came in. I don't give up. If you want to know something and it is part of your journey, we will get that answer. I am relentless when it comes to getting answers in a session, because I know that people need these answers, because living in fear of anything can be devastating to the soul. When you have any fear about anything, it's hard to go up Jacob's ladder. It's almost impossible. You cannot have fear and ascend. So, quantum healing is one way that you can find out all the answers. Anything you ever wanted to know about anyone in your life and yourself. You can ask, what family members or friends do I know from previous lives? Right? One question I always ask in a session is, because you were brought to me, what's our connection? And I've gotten mother, partner, friend, daughter. I've gotten it all, heard it all. It just goes to show this is a small universe and we are all connected. All of us. You can ask, what does my animal companion want me to know about them? So, yes, Sharon, your sister. Yes. I believe it was Sharon that connected with her husband and got a lot of things that came through. He played with her. He was joking around with her during our session. But dogs and animals come in, and they can communicate with you. You can ask, how can I best support my loved one in their life's journey? Right? You can ask, how can I help my loved one? You know, the answer might be, it's not time for them to be helped. Right? That might be the answer. But you'll never know if you don't ask the question. In what ways can I improve communication and understanding with my parents? If you have a block with a family member, find out why. Why do you have that block? It could be from something in a past life that is bringing on that block. You can ask, is there anyone I have yet to forgive? What can this forgiveness look and feel like? Is there anyone you have to forgive? Right? You can ask, which of my ancestors are watching over me? What message do they wish to give? That's huge in a session. Ancestors come in, past loved ones come in, and they give messages. And you actually feel their energy. Have I had a past or parallel life with a specific person in my life? Yeah. Some people will ask, have I ever lived a past life with any of my children? The answer is always yes. And then they'll show you where and when, if you want to get specific. Right? Are there any agreements or contracts that do not serve my highest self, that can be discarded? Do you want to know about your contracts? Do you want to change your contract? Right? How can I meet people I connect with for my soul's highest good? They'll tell you how you can meet people. What do you need to do? Do you need to go to the grocery store on a specific night? They can tell you. If that's the answer, they can tell you. You can ask, what is the reason behind me remaining single? Right? It might be from a past life. You can ask career and finance related questions. You can ask, what type of job or career should I pursue in this life? You can ask, why am I struggling financially? You can ask, how can I create financial wealth and abundance in my life? What inspired ideas have I had that are luring me into deeper focus and action? What topics am I meant to share with the world? Am I ready to share? Or what else do I need to learn to get there? You can ask. All right. Other questions, more spiritual, metaphysical, mystery questions. That can be told too. You can be told you can be told you shop too much. These are great questions and are in 90% of my sessions. What's my planet or place of origin as a soul? Am I a star seed? Huge question. And I always find out if you're Palladian, Andromedan, Arcturian, Syrian. Sometimes you'll remember the planet you're from. A lot of times we are mutts, which means we come from many different planets and many different star systems. Your team will tend to tell you the one you've lived either the most lives or the most significant lives. Yeah. Yes. Before you have a session, sit down and write your questions. And when we get face to face, we might come up with other questions, right? I tend to do around 10 questions, give or take a few, give or take a couple. And then I always do a collective question. Okay? You might want to ask, what is the best way for me to meditate? Right? What would be the best way for me to meditate? How can I find and build a stronger connection with my higher self? Guidance, source, etc. How can I build a stronger connection with my team? Right? For some of us, we have a hard time connecting to our team. So you might want to ask, how can I? You might want to ask, what is the best way for me to receive messages from my guides? You might want to ask, what is the meaning of my reoccurring dream? A lot of us have dreams we don't know the answers to. And your higher self and your team know why you are having that dream. And they will tell you. Why do I feel as though I'm just not of this place? If you ask that question, it's going to be answered. How can you access your intuition or psychic abilities? They can answer that question. It might be as simple as changing a food you eat or taking something out of your diet or stop using fluoride or, start drinking absolute pure water or even start using water alchemy on your food and water. Could be as simple as that to connect better. But they will tell you. How can I develop them to their highest potential? How can you develop your gifts to your highest potential? What gifts do you have? That's another question. What gifts do you have? How can I further grow spiritually? Always answered. Any questions about aliens, UFOs, paranormal or strange experiences can be asked during a quantum healing session. And you might just find out something. If you have missing time, like something happened when you were little and you don't remember, and you want to know what happened during that time, we can find out. I just had a session with a beautiful angel that missing time, during that missing time, she was abducted by short grays. And it wasn't a pleasant thing. But we got it up and out and into the open, and she now had answers and can now move on from that experience. Because our team is also up there. The Galactics are part of our team. And we find out that, some of us find out that we have implanted ourselves with chips so that they know where we are at all times, so they can look after us. The session that I was just listening, that we were just listening to, she actually did have that. She remembered, she had the memory of her being on the ship, doing it to herself. Because we do. These are things that happen. And quantum healing can answer those questions. How do I master conscious manifestation? Who doesn't want that answered, right? That's a great collective question. How do we master conscious manifestation? A lot of us know how with creative visualization and imagination, because your imagination is the language of your higher self. What possible future mission am I currently setting up for? Again, why are you on Earth? What's your mission here? Another question, in one of my sessions, I might ask, is this person a rainbow butterfly? Are you supposed to be in the community, the rainbow butterflies? Are you supposed to be learning from us? Right? What's the meaning of the birthmark I have on my specific body part? Do you have I don't know, Jess, it's TikTok messing with me. Do you have a birthmark on your body that you want to know the answer to, why it's there? You can find that out in quantum healing. What was that strange thing I saw one night when I awoke to look out the window? Right? Get that a lot. Why did this happen? Who was this person? I felt someone touch my head on such and such a date when I was 17 years old. Who was it? It was most probably an ancestor or a past loved one, or it could have been a different kind of entity. Hello, Astrid. But we find that out. How can I interpret the visions I receive in meditation? If you're seeing a symbol in meditation, you can ask, what's the symbol? What does it mean? What is the significance of the numbers I see repeatedly? Yes. Yep, Jessica? Yep. Yep. We had an amazing session. I remember a lot of things about our session. And what spiritual agreements and vows did I make that warrants a pattern I see? You can find out what spiritual agreements you make. What contracts did you make? If you want to break those contracts, good place to do that is in quantum healing, when your whole team is there listening. So that is just a snippet of the questions that you can ask. Right? Hello, Luca. Hello, darling. Ow, ow, ow. All right. Some questions that that some people that I've had in my sessions, they've asked, what happened to me when I was in a coma? What happened? Yeah, asking about certain family members. You can do that. You can ask, this person asks, am I ready for contact with my galactic family? And we're surprised when I said they were my spirit team. I didn't see. Na, 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 na. Divine. Divine. Did we have a session? Hello, Josh. As I talk about quantum healing. No. Okay. So I'm talking about quantum healing tonight. It's all about any of the questions you might have for quantum healing. Me and Josh got a session coming up. I'll tell you that right now. I'm excited to have a session with Josh because we have a past and we remember some of it. Just I can't wait to find out why. What was the reason for that, right? It happened to me in 2016 and it happened to him in 2012 or something, and it was the same experience. So yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, me too. Me too. This is why I'm doing this live, because I've had a lot of people come up to me and ask me questions about quantum healing. So I wanted to answer all the questions and to let you know what you can do in a session. There's pretty much nothing that you cannot ask your team during a quantum healing session. Nothing. You can ask them anything. You can ask, what more do you need to do to ascend? Absolutely, Candace. And if you want your mother to come in, she would come in and give you answers to that question herself and tell you the things that you need to hear from her. I just hear by whoever they are 24/7 seem more like humans, but they get insulted if I call them ghosts. Divine Elevation LLC, that is something you can ask in a session. Who are these beings? What are they trying to communicate to me? This is something the only other way that you could get this information is in meditation. If you can go into deep meditation by yourself, you can find out the answer to the question. Because all that quantum healing is guided meditation, deep guided meditation, hypnosis. It's getting someone into the theta state so that they connect with their team and they get the answers that they've been wanting throughout their lives or whatever. This person asked, what more does he need to do to ascend? And he got that answer. You have conversations with them all day long. That would be your team, Divine. That would be your team. Yes. And the reason why we're hearing them more and more is because our consciousness is rising. And it makes us closer to them so that we can hear them. Yep. You can ask about your dreams, like I said. Yes, the whole collective is rising. The whole collective consciousness is rising. And that makes them closer. And also galactics closer. Okay. You can learn about, if you want to know what your gifts are, of course. And then the question he asked the collective was about the time matrix. And we got the answer. Because his team knew the answer. And it is on my TikTok. I have all the collective questions that I've ever asked on my TikTok. Thank you, Pete Star TV. I'll take it. Okay. And this person also asked, what is the voice that has been with him for many years? And we found that out. I believe it was a great grandfather or something. Okay. Where are you on your soul path? What messages do you have? What messages do your past loved ones have for you? Do your guides have for you? Do your dragon guide have for you? Getting messages from your team is part of a quantum healing session. Okay, so that would be the question part of it. So the first thing, you're welcome. So the first thing you're going to do when you schedule a session with me is we're going to get to know each other just a little bit better. And then we're going to formulate the questions. Like I said, you can ask anything you want to during a quantum healing session. Okay? All right. So, did anyone else have any questions about any questions that you might want to ask in a quantum healing session? Because I will answer your questions about that, and then we'll go on to the next part. If you feel like you're being called to have a session, reach out. And we will schedule a session. Yes, I wanted to just give you a variety of the questions you can ask. We usually ask around 10 questions. Okay? So you schedule with me. What I'm going to do is send you an email. So message me your email. I just make sure I'm following you. I know I'm following you. So then I send you an email, and then you pick a time, and we go ahead and, get her done. Okay? A lot of people charge hundreds of dollars for these sessions. I do not. I charge $44 for a session. And you also get a recording of our session together. And you choose whether or not you want it on, you choose whether or not you want it on YouTube or not, right? I tend to think if you're really healed, then you're going to want to share what you discovered. No, I have quite a few people that are on the YouTube. But some people choose not to, and that's fine. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. 44 is the number that my spirit team gave me to do. Because at one time I was doing, when I first started, I had to get 20 sessions under my belt. So I was doing it for free, basically. But then I would have so many people not show up for the sessions. It's like, if you pay for something, you appreciate it more, and then you show up for it. Now I've got almost 100 sessions under my belt. I've been doing it for 3 years. So, but I don't want to make it too high so people can't afford it, because I believe that everyone deserves to do this. If their soul is calling them to do this because they're stuck in some way in this life, then it's important that it gets done. Yeah. Yes. Sharon's is shared on the YouTube, and so is Hippie's, and so is Phoenix's. Yes. Yep. Yep. Yeah. You guys all had great sessions. And, you know, it changes things in you when you find out who you are at a soul level. Yep. More for more. What more? Okay, we haven't even started. The only thing that I've told you is we ask questions. There's more to it. Okay, so after we get done going over the questions, we do water alchemy. So what water alchemy is you're going to bring a glass of water with you to the session. And we are going to set an intention into the water. Oh, if you have more questions, yeah, you can do more questions. Yeah. I'm just saying, most people have around 10 questions. If you want to do more, you can do more. All right? And if you want to donate more than the 44, that's all up to you. Okay? I'm just saying. All right. So, water alchemy. We set an intention. And the intention we set for the session. You're going to do another one, Phoenix? So, the intention that I use usually is we intend for the session to connect to the higher realms, your higher self, your spirit guides, your heal team, and any past loved ones to determine your life path and your soul purpose, and to facilitate your self-healing. Okay? So we do a little bit of water alchemy. And we go through that together. The water alchemy. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna bring you through it. I'm gonna bring you guys through a mock session tonight. How about that? Okay. Almost dropping stuff on the floor here. We're gonna have a little mock session, all right? So. So water alchemy. All right. So, water alchemy is, I say, and now we will set and verbally state our intention for our journey together. Doing this while being surrounded and supported by our combined teams is very powerful, as their energy and support will amplify and broadcast this intention across vast realms of multidimensional reality. We will first infuse our water. What the heck is that blackness behind my thing? That's driving me crazy. All right. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Okay. We will first infuse our water with the intention as well. So bring your right hand and place it over your water. And imagine, if you will, a beautiful light above your crown. And begin to think about the intention we set for today's session. And in a moment, I will have you repeat your intention after me. And as you do, breathe in and feel your beingness combine with the color and the light above you. And as you speak your intention, breathe out of your mouth, exhale through the mouth, and follow this energy and the colors down the arm. And speak the words of your intention and the colors into the water. We are visualizing that light and that emotion and intention into the water as we invoke the I Am presence. So imagine the colors in the light, breathe them into your crown and body, and breathe them down into your water. And now we add the intention and do the same thing. Then I have you repeat the intention after me. So we both together say, I invoke my I am presence, and my intention for this session is, and then we state the intention that I just went over, and then we drink our water, and I say, now drink your water as I drink mine, and the intention and the energies will flow throughout our bodies and all of our energy fields. And that's how we get started. Because how it works, how water alchemy works, you should be doing water alchemy every day. You should be putting your hand over your water and saying, this is for my highest good only. You should do that every day, every time you eat, every time you drink. It will remove impurities out of your water. Okay? Just by saying that, you know how powerful you are. You can pop clouds. I've told you, I've showed you, we've done it live in class in mornings, that you can pop clouds. So know that your energy can affect the water that you drink in a good way, just by your words, because your words are powerful. Okay? That is water alchemy. And we do water alchemy during a session. After we do water alchemy, yes, your energy can affect water, because you are 70% water. Your body is 70% water. Now, think about how water reacts to music and to frequency. Then you get the answers of how they have been controlling us all our lives with frequency. Because we're water. We're 70% water. Yeah, there are some frequencies that they use in mainstream music that is not good for us. Yeah, because we're water. Okay, so we do the water alchemy, and then we do an imagination exercise. So there's several that I can do with you, but I'll just take you guys through one of them that I use a lot. And this is how it goes. So we can do a what if game. So what if you're going to just close the water alchemy, you're going to close your eyes, get comfortable, and then I'm going to ask you, what if you woke up and there was a baby miniature horse at the foot of your bed? What if? What details can you imagine about the horse? What can you think about that horse? And use your imagination. Is it purple? Is it pink? Is it a unicorn? Is it made out of caramel? Or is it a horse popsicle? You can just use your imagination. There you go. It's blue and white. Okay. Now, why is the horse there? Why is the horse at the bottom of your bed? What's it doing there? Did it come with a message for you? Right? Yeah. So you formulate your answers. And then after we go through the imagination exercise, because that is where you're going, that is where you get your answers from during a quantum healing session. The right side of your brain. The left side of your brain is the logical side. See? That was a message from your dad. He loved many horses. Everything happens for a reason. Everything. Yep. So, we go through an imagination exercise. It might be the horse one. It could be a package one. It could be a bird one. Whatever one I feel like doing that day. So we go through imagination exercise. We do that real quick. And then we take a bathroom break if you need one. And then you come right back. And I will say this too. You can take a bathroom break in the middle of a quantum healing session and come back, and you will go right back under. Once I put you through the induction hypnosis part, until I wake you up completely, you will be under hypnosis. You will be able to use the bathroom. You're not supposed to drive for the first half hour or so after a session, and you're certainly not going to drive during one. There's certain things you shouldn't do because you can be a little groggy, because you have accessed parts of you that haven't been accessed in a long time, right? That's a question that you have to want to answer. Why do you always have to go to the bathroom? Good question. All right. After you come back from going to the bathroom, you go back into your state here. Then we're going to do a heart and mind ceremony. So if you've done group quantum healing with me on a Wednesday or Thursday night, which I'm not sure I'm going to continue doing, because these sessions I do the same thing. And at the end I wasn't having a lot of people show up. So there's other things that I can do that are I feel that I need to do right now. I'm at a different point, as you could say. So I'm just carrying on doing the one-on-ones. But you can always go to my YouTube, and those group sessions are on there. Okay? So, yeah. So we do a heart and mind ceremony. That is connecting our hearts and our minds. So I connect my heart with your heart, like we make a rainbow bridge to each other. And then also with the mind. So we make a double bridge to each other. And our teams are on the bridge. Okay? Our teams are on either side of the bridge to help us with our sessions. With our session together. Then I take you through induction. Okay? We're going to do, like I said, we're going to do a mock session. So I'm going to take you through induction. Exactly what it's going to be like in a real session. Okay? So, the first thing that we're going to do during the induction phase is I'm going to tell you to remember, if you hear any sounds in the room or any sounds outside of the room, they are only natural noises occurring in the background. They will not bother you or distract you in any way. If you hear anything, it will just fade and become part of the background. Why? Why do I do this? Because we have things happen in the background, right? Some of us have dogs. So if our dogs start to bark or anything, then this will help so that you don't come out of it. Some things will take you out of it. A phone call will take you out of hypnosis. That's why I ask you to shut your phone off for calls for the 2 hours that we do this. Your phone has to be off from receiving calls. If you decide, your choice to leave it on and you get a phone call and you get interrupted, oh yeah, perfect. It's always going to be in divine time. Always. These are things that your spirit guides call you to do. Rather than you're not making this decision, they are. Because it's time. to make that decision. And it's time to get the answers that you've been looking for. Okay. So after I remind you of that, and I also put in that goes along with the heart and mind ceremony. So then I say, as we gather here and now in this safe and sacred place, I ask that only the highest and most divine original source energy expressions and beings be allowed to participate. So why do I do that? So that nothing else can come through. No beings that are not of divine and for your highest good can come through in this session. Okay? So I invite all your team in, your guides, your angels, your cosmic and soul family, and yourself from the future as an ascended master, because you are an ascended master. I also invite my guides, my angels, my cosmic and soul family, and myself from the future as an ascended master. Okay, because I am an ascended master, as you are. So now we are surrounded by our combined teams. We ask that their energy, so we've got both teams' energy broadcasting your name and intention for the session across all realms of multidimensional reality. Why do we say that? Because you are multidimensional. And we, by going into your past lives, it's not really a past life. It's all happening at the same time. It is one of your multidimensional personalities that we're going into. Not really the past. Because time goes in a circle. It doesn't go in a line. Okay? And that is why we say that. So, we're going to speak to all of your multidimensional personality, all your multidimensional selves. And then we're going to ask for the most benevolent outcome for all. All right? After that, we get a little deeper. We say, when you are connected in this way to only the highest and most divine original source beings, you know that you are safe, you are protected in every way. Being surrounded by these beings and infused with the light of Source itself, you begin to feel maybe a warmth of a vibration or just a sense of deep knowingness that you can access any wisdom that you seek. Now this is when you start to access all the things in the right side of your brain. Every time you take a breath in and out, with each breath, this truth vibrates deeper within your body, within your bones, and your blood, and your cells. At the same time, the connection expands your consciousness and expands your awareness. Okay? As your awareness expands, you find it easy to just let go of all expectations about what might be in store for your journey. You're about to take a journey, but you can't have any expectations because we're writing the story. Even though it's happening and has happened, we're still writing the story, right? Because we're in the right side of your brain. I say you leave your body with me here and now, and I will care for you in the softest way. Why? Because I am a being of love and light. Okay. Then I have you imagine that you are sitting outside in an open landscape, in a space not quite here, yet not quite there, familiar in the deepest sense, familiar to your very essence of being. In this space, there is truth, and there is peace, and quiet, and stillness, and isness itself, presence. You simply are, you are, you are. Nothing here holding you down, nothing here holding you back, nothing here keeping you from where you need to go. Your day has come, your time has come, your time is here, your time is now. The ultimate silence, the ultimate peace, the ultimate stillness, just you, just being. Okay? So then, after we do that, I make conversation with you in the hypnotized state. And this is when you start to really access what's on your right side of your brain. So I say to you, if I were to say to you to see a yellow flower, can you see one for me? Yeah, and you're going to say, yes, I can. And then I'm going to say, do you see a dog and a cat? And you're going to say, yes, I see them. And then the last thing I have you see is a green tree with lots of leaves and the wind blowing through the leaves. Okay? And you're going to see that. Or feel it. I will say some people are seers and some people are feelers. So if you are very more of a feeler person, then I will say, do you feel that? Because I'm more of a feeler person than a seer. I don't really see things, I feel them. Okay? So then I tell you, this is the part of the mind we will be working with today. The right side. This is the part of the mind that has the pictures and the memories. This is the part of the mind that is active at night when you are sleeping. Because this is the part that has the images and the symbols that we use in our dreams. And this is the part of the mind we will be working with today. All right, and then I say, so for this just this little while that we do this, have no problems and no worries. What I'm doing by this is assuring you that everything's going to be okay. You are safe, right? So, and then we get a little bit deeper into the relaxation. Because when you're relaxed is when you open up. And when you start to feel things coming through. Okay? So as the relaxation moves through the body, if there are any tensions anywhere in the body, they will flow right out. Flow right out. Let them go. Let any cares of the day just fade away. Right? Enjoy the way that feels to not have anything to think about. And enjoy the feeling of relaxation moving throughout your body. Okay? Alright. So, we say, remember that when you awaken, you will feel truly rested and refreshed. Anytime you do anything like this, it will be an enjoyable experience. Okay. Now comes the part when I tell you to, this part is all for protection. I use 2 or 3 different types of protection in my quantum healing because it's important. Because you're opened up. Your right brain is opened up during this process. So I don't want nothing coming in. So I make sure that you are safe. When I tell you you are safe and your body is safe with me, as you travel, because your consciousness is traveling. As you're getting these answers, your consciousness is out there traveling. Okay? At this time, I put you into your Merkaba. That's what I'm doing when I ask you to imagine a beautiful pyramid composed entirely of white light. A very beautiful thing to see. It glows, it sparkles, it shimmers. I want you to mentally place that white pyramid of light so that it completely encloses your body. What I'm doing is basically putting you in a taxi cab in your Merkaba, okay? Where you're safe, because nothing can penetrate your Merkaba. That is your protection. The white light is a very powerful force. It can protect against anything. It will remain around your body the entire time that we do this. So you're in a little bubble this whole time. You're in your Merkaba, safe and connected to your higher self. Okay? I tell you, nothing can harm you mentally or physically. You are protected. You are safe. You know it. You feel it. And it is very, very good. All right. After that, I want you to imagine the most beautiful place in the world. Okay? What you consider to be the most beautiful place in the world. Where there are no worries, no problems. It may be the forest. It may be a seashore. It may be a meadow. Whatever you consider to be beautiful and peaceful. And I ask you, can you find a place like that? And you tell me about this place. It could be a beach. It could be a forest. It could be anything. Some of you guys come up with like, wow, beautiful places. And then I have you find a cloud in the sky. Okay? If it's nighttime where you are, when nighttime and you're not seeing any clouds, I will adjust the time so that you wake up and it's morning time and the sun is out and now you can find a cloud. Okay, so you're always going to be able to find a cloud. Don't think you're not going to be able to find a cloud. Okay? So I ask you to look in the sky and find a cloud. And now I'm going to put you on that cloud and you're going to go for a ride on a cloud. This method is called the cloud method. And it is what Dolores Cannon used in her quantum healing sessions. This is exactly the method that she used in her many, many sessions over the many years that she did quantum healing. Okay? So I ask you to sit on a cloud and I ask you what it feels like to sit on a cloud. And you tell me. You tell me what it feels like. And I say some people say it feels like cotton or feathers. But it'll hold you just like magic. It's very comfortable, isn't it? And you'll say, yes, it is very comfortable. Very comfortable sitting on this cloud. And then I say, now lay back on that cloud and just let it absorb all of your weight. It's such a beautiful, wonderful feeling. It's like you don't have any weight at all. And then I say you can become one with that magic cloud. If you lay back on that cloud, let it absorb all your weight. If you want to, you can even wrap the cloud around you like a wool blanket and snuggle down into that cloud. That's such a beautiful, comfortable, safe feeling. And it's almost as though you don't even have a body. Because it's true, at that point, your consciousness, your body's here with me, your consciousness is flying around. Okay? So then I tell you, the cloud is floating through the air, carrying you with it, soft and protected and comfortable and safe. Drifting and floating, floating and drifting. And this cloud floats over the land and over the valleys, over the mountains, and even out over the ocean if it wants to. Carrying you with it, soft and protected and comfortable and safe. Drifting and floating, floating and drifting, over the land, over the valleys, protected and safe. Again, always safe, always protected. And I tell you, the cloud is like magic because not only can it carry you over the land and over the valleys, but it can also carry you back and back and back in time and space. So, at that point, I'm asking the cloud to move and carry you back and back and back in time and space to another time, another place where there is information we would like to find to help you in the very best way that we can. The cloud is moving. It's carrying you back and back and back. We are looking for the most appropriate time and place to stop and look at and examine. The most relevant, necessary time and place to stop and look at and examine. Okay? Now the cloud is slowing down. It's stopping at the most appropriate time and place. Now that the cloud has stopped at the most appropriate time and place, I want you to drift off of that cloud, back down, down, down to the surface. It won't be anything sudden, just like a leaf drifting gently out of a tree, back down to the surface. As you come back down, I want you to tell me the very first things that you see down there before you, or the very first impressions that you have as you come back down to the surface. What do you see down there before you? Look around and tell me what you see around you. Okay? So then I ask you to describe where you're standing, what's around you. And if you're having a hard time with seeing, then I say, fuzziness will clear as you speak. So then you start speaking. And then I ask if you perceive yourself to have a body. And I ask you to look at your feet and tell me what you're wearing on your feet. And it's sometimes bare feet, sometimes it's sandals, sometimes it can be anything. Cowboy boots. Okay? Then I ask, if it's a female, I'll ask if you're wearing any jewelry. If it's a male, I usually ask, I still say any jewelry, but are you carrying anything? Okay? Any ornaments on your body, anything like that. I find out where they are, and I try to find out what they're doing there. Why do you feel like you're in the middle of a forest? Why are you looking over at a beach? And then sometimes you'll tell me why. Sometimes you won't know why. Sometimes you'll be just like, I'm here. And then I guide you to the place where you live, because you're more familiar with that place. I've just basically dropped you down into somewhere. You're looking around. It's like someone being dropped in the middle of a jungle, not knowing where they are, just looking around. How would you feel? What would you be able to say about that place? Well, I don't know nothing about it. I don't know who I am. The only thing I know is I'm a boy, and I'm about this age, and I'm wearing, brown shirt and blue pants. But exactly, it's like Survivor. You don't know where you are, really. You're just like, yeah, I'm here. So then I bring you to a place that you're more familiar with. And where would that be? Your home, right? So I take you to the place where you live. And I tell you to look at the outside of it and describe it to me. It's been anything from a townhouse in a city to a teepee tent. It has been even a cave once. I mean, any number of things. And then I ask them to describe the inside. And you describe the inside. So now I want to know who lives there with you. And sometimes if I say, who lives there with you? Oh, I don't know. No one's here right now, right? When is the time that a lot of your family is together? Right? When you eat. Right? So I bring you to dinner time at your house. And now you can see who's there. Because everyone gets together to eat, right? So you can describe what you're having for dinner, who's there, and then, this is the cool part. I say, all right, now look into the eyes of the people there and tell me if you know those people. and you'll look into their eyes and you will see family members from this life. Oh my God, that's Aunt Cheryl. Oh my God, that's my brother. Oh, that's my daughter. And they will be with you in this past life at dinner time. Because we do incarnate with the same group, family group, time after time after time. So after we have dinner at your house, we see what you do for a living. So what do you do for a living? Are you a seamstress? Are you a coal miner? You have an Aunt Cheryl, so do I. That's why I said Aunt Cheryl. That's the only aunt I have. In fact, I have 2 Aunt Cheryls. So I find out what you spend most of your free time doing. And then we leave that scene altogether and we move forward to an important day. A day that you consider to be important when something is happening. So we move to 3 different days in that life where something is happening. It's usually the bigger moments in the lives. Births, deaths, birthdays. It could be a Christmas. I think I had someone say once that an important day in his life was when he got a raise at work or something. I was just like, okay. Hi, Bradley. I'm doing a live on quantum healing sessions and what they entail and everything. For those, I get asked a lot, what's it all about, right? And I'm describing everything. Bradley's had a session with me. He knows. And then we do that 3 times in the life. Now, depending on what you're telling me, because we do a lot of examination into that life and what you're telling me. Like, if you bring me to a birthday party, I'll say, who was there? Do you recognize anyone? All that. So, yeah, a lot has changed for you, huh? A lot has changed. You're in a totally different part of the country now. Yeah. Okay. So then I move you out of that life after we've gone through 3 different lives, 3 different parts of that life. I move you away, and then I say you can look back on that old life and see it much clearer, right? Every life has a lesson and a purpose. As you look at that life, what did you learn from it? What was the purpose of that life? Yeah, Cinnamon's had a session with me. Christasha's had a session with me. Lots of people in here have had sessions with me. And we find out what the purpose of that life was. And it could be mundane, like just, I found out how to love. I found out how to be by myself and be happy. You know, it's just something that you needed to hear. So we go through 3 lives this way because I move you away and then I leave the person there to continue on their path after we find out the reason, okay? And then sometimes something will happen, right? Hey, Chrissy, darling. Yeah, all you have to do is contact me and tell me when you want a session. So it has to be after class at around 11:30 a.m. EST or 7 p.m. EST at night. Either 7 p.m. or I could do 8. 9's getting a little late because that's like 11 o'clock. And I have to be done before my husband goes to bed because he gets up early for work. So, yeah. But I can do both sessions after school, after class, and or in the PM. Okay, so after we, oh, right. Sometimes I'll have to move you backwards. If something happened, okay, and you want to know, we want to know why. If you wake up and you're missing a leg, well, how'd that happen, right? So we move backwards and we find out why. Hello, Victoria. There's another one I've had a session with. So we find out what happened. That's only if called, if needed. So, all right. After we're done all this, that's about all there is to the past lives. We go through 2 or 3 past lives, depending. Some people have elaborate past lives as Egyptian princesses, or just super elaborate. I mean, you can go on my YouTube at OpalStar33 and see some of my sessions, and some people have been like out of this world. And I've had a few that were aliens that had like 3 green fingers or blue skin. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be an earth life that we go over. Okay? So you go through 2 or 3 different lives. Thank you, Victoria. And then after we're done the past life regression, this lasts approximately an hour and a half or so. And I keep recording I record the past life regression. After that, we do a cord cutting. That goes like this. So we do a cord cutting. So this goes like this. We call upon your supporters. They're already there. So we call on your supporters, your animal spirits, your soul group, your soul group supervisors, your healing team, and we ask you to protect them. And then I command through the power of my voice that any implants, blockages, interference patterns, negative entities, shadows, chips, strings, and cords be now removed from your chakras and from anywhere else in your etheric body, your astral body, your spirit body, and your physical body, which is here against your will and against your permission and against your higher purpose. From now and throughout all time infinitum, we now banish you from their energy field by the power of the Most High. I surrender you to be transformed through love. And I place a protection as a golden barrier around you, your etheric body, your astral body, your spirit body, and your physical body. And nothing can penetrate this barrier without your permission and knowing and consent. By the highest counsel, such it will be, and you will fulfill your purpose on the planet beginning now. So we do that cord cutting, and then I bring our teams forward. Okay, so I bring your team forward and I bring my team forward. And that is when we get into the questions. So we go over all your questions, and then either one or two collective questions. Okay? The whole time I'm recording it so that you will have a copy of this. Okay? Then we do a body scan and healing. So I'm going to show you how that's done. So I say to them, so this is how we open up for the questions. I say, I would like to now call in your higher self, angels, guides, supervisors, heal team, and ask if it's possible to answer some questions that you have for that whoever it is, say Cheryl has for their journey. Okay? Now, you are going to say to me, yes, but it isn't going to be you. Your team is going to speak through you and say yes. Okay? So, and then we ask the questions, and your team answers you. And now, some people remember this part of the session, and some people don't. And that is why I record it. Okay? It depends. Some people get really, really deep into hypnosis, and some people don't. And that's okay, because everyone will have an experience with this experience. Like, don't put any labels on it, because you really can't label it. it's going to be an experience for you. It is specifically for your energy and where you are in your journey. If you are like, if you haven't gone through your heart chakra, your session's going to be different than someone that has gone all the way through their soul star chakra. Okay? That's just the way it is. And your team is not going to give you more than what they deem that you're ready for. So if there's an answer that they say, nope, you're not ready for that, and they have done that, they will say, no, she is not ready. And we can ask, like, when do you think she'll be ready? Well, she's got to go through this, or she's got to do this first. She's got to meditate more. She's got to take this out of her diet. She's got to, exercise more. Whatever it is. It could be any of those things. Okay? And then I say, now I do understand that the higher self holds the ability to heal any part of the human body that may need healing. Can I ask that you scan Cheryl's body and tell us if there are any ailments or areas that can use healing to help her on her journey? And again, they will say yes. Through you. You are the one speaking. I don't speak for your team. You speak for your team. Okay? So then I take you from a scan from your crown chakra all the way to your earth star chakra. And as you do the scan, it'll stop and it'll say, oh, well, Cheryl has a problem in her eyes. And I say, are you able to offer source healing to the eyes to help the issue that Cheryl is experiencing? And they'll say, yes, we can do that. Or, no, at this time we cannot because it was contracted in. Okay? So, sometimes they can and sometimes they can't. All depending on whether it was contracted in or not. And you could say, if it was contracted in, you can say, well, can we break that contract? That's another thing. Breaking contracts. You can do that during a quantum healing session because you've got your team here. You're sitting up there in a council with them. Your consciousness is. Okay? So then you say, then I say, is it possible that a higher self and spirit team, healing team, can remove, dissolve, cure, fix, whatever it is, depending on the ailment? And they'll say yes or no, depending. I haven't had many no's. I've had one say no, we can't because it was contracted in. One time out of probably 100 sessions. So they can fix pretty much any ailment. Sharon. And then after I say, are you able to offer source healing? I say, fill in the area with source's white light. Okay, after they're done doing their thing, and then I ask them to fill in the area with source's white light. Okay, and then we go through the whole scan, and that is the body scan, part of it. And then we do a gift activation. So, yeah, there's a lot to a quantum healing session. It lasts a little over 2 hours. So, activating your abilities, okay? So you say, I would like to ask now if it's possible to activate Cheryl's psychic abilities that she came to Earth with today. And they'll say again, they'll say, yes, it's possible. Yes, we can do that for her. And it's funny because you say this. You talk in the third person through your own voice. I don't say it. You say it. That's the thing I love about quantum healing. It's you. It's not me. I just facilitate the session. You say it. And you talk in third person. And then they say yes, and then you say, what is it that you are activating today? And they'll tell you. I am activating Cheryl's third eye. I am activating Cheryl's, any of the clairs that you're claircognizance, clairsentience, clairgustance, any of the clairs that they're activating, they will tell you. All right, so that is the gift activation part. We go through all the gifts that you're activated, and you can even ask why. And what are you to do with these gifts once they're activated? You can ask that. Okay. After that, we do silver crystalline river meditation. This meditation is the most beautiful meditation ever. And it's one that Dolores Cannon uses also. It's from head to toe relaxation of all of your chakras. And it's an amazing meditation. And the only place I do that meditation is in my sessions. And then we get final messages from Spirit. What's the final thing they want, the final message they want to tell you? Okay? And what are the final messages they want the collective to hear? So I get that. And then we bring you back to your awareness. I'm going to go ahead. I know if you've done group sessions with me, you've heard this many times. Because even, like I said, even if you're going to the bathroom during a session and coming back and laying down, you're going right back into hypnosis. You are hypnotized when you use the restroom. It's actually a really good thing to use the restroom because that is releasing water, right? So you're saying, then to bring you back, I say we're going to bring your light body back to your physical body now. Just bringing your energy back to your physical form. All of your renewed and realigned and vibrant energy is returning now into your body. But before you open your eyes, you take note of the expansion of your heart and the increased depth of your wisdom and knowing. And you send gratitude to all who participated in your journey today. Because your whole team participated, okay? And you always want to be grateful. You always want to be grateful when they show up. I adore my team. They show up for me every time I do one of these sessions. And they are so good. Things come through for me all the time when I'm doing a session. I'll be like, yes, I felt that, especially loved ones. I really connect. When you connect with past loved ones, I connect with them also. And I feel them, and I feel their energy. And sometimes I speak for them. Yeah. Hello, Rhonda. And then I say, and you're returning to your everyday awareness and consciousness, feeling yourself return now to this room and the present day and time. Just waking up naturally and completely and fully. And you can begin to stretch and move and open your eyes when you are ready. And then I say, you're beginning to wake up now. You can move your arms and legs, and it feels so good to stretch and move. You are now back in this room and coming back to your body completely, coming completely back into your physical form and everyday conscious awareness. Feeling wonderful, refreshed, energized. You are fully awake. Welcome back. Okay? So then I welcome you back, and this is when I shut the recorder off. Because at this point, we have an exit interview. We go over all of your questions, all of your answers. We talk about your session. What did you learn? What were some things that you were like surprised about? Or there lots of things can come up in the after session. So that lasts about 30 minutes or so. And then we say our goodbyes, and that's the end of the session. So it lasts about 2.5 hours to get through it all. But I've never had anyone say that wasn't worth it, or I didn't learn anything. I've had so many people cry during a session. And sometimes it's happy tears because they're seeing past loved ones. And, you know, so that's happy tears. But yeah, that is what a session is all about. Now I have one going behind me, a session that I did last year. And just so you can hear a little bit. And you'll hear the voice changes when you're answering questions. When you are speaking as your team, your voice changes. You go lower. I'm just putting this on in the back.
There's herbs in the bottle.
See herbs in the bottle. I see a wash base.
Does anyone have any other questions that I could answer?
And what kind of herbs are in the bottles? Can you tell me more about that?
Little medicine.
She wakes up and she is an herbalist.
Is there anything else you can tell me about that?
Hi, Richie. Another thing, when you're connecting with your higher self and your team, a lot of times it takes the time difference between when you're hearing something and when it comes out your mouth there can be a lot of pauses during a session because of that. Sometimes they can go very, very slow.
Strips and I have a roll of something in the other hand. You know, it was a very primitive.
Can't remember. I think she's a male in this too. She's in a hut.
Okay, what do you do?
Dried strips of meat.
She's eating dried strips of meat in her hut, all by herself.
Okay, what do you do with the majority of your time?
Have a beautiful night, Victoria. Did anyone have any other questions? I pretty much walked you guys all through everything that a session pertains to.
Sticks.
Now I want you to leave that scene you've been watching and move ahead to an important
I'm looking
day.
forward to it.
Move ahead to an important day, a day you consider to be important when something is happening. We have now moved forward to an important day. What is happening? What do you see?
Are any of you fans of John.Michael? Because I will share his little session with you if you want. His session is mind-blowing.
That we've been using, I shoot it.
This meeting is being recorded.
I shoot the arrow at the wall, and the wall isn't a wall, it's Dagas, it's time. I shoot the Tiwas at time, and it breaks time. When you shoot the arrow at time, it turns into the letter K. There's a spiral, but it's made out of squares. It starts at the bottom, goes to the left, up, right, down, left, up. It's like a spiral, but it's made out of squares. And now there's a windmill, a huge windmill with four arms, and it's turning counterclockwise. And it's going faster and faster and faster. And now the tips of the windmill are turning, so it's like it looks like a swastika.
Okay.
Oh, I see what it is.
Tell me more.
That's what Gar is. Gar that we've been using.
He talks a lot about runes because that's the way his mind works.
Swastika are the four primary forces, the four archangels, north, south, east, and west. We're being ruled by the north, but the north is not really at the top. The north, south, east, and west are on the x-axis. North is really the center, so it's in the center and above. But the center at the top connects to the center at the bottom. We're being ruled from underneath the ground.
I've had some things come through, Bradley.
Is where they're ruling from. Lemuria didn't fall down into the earth. Lemuria, it just was an illusion that made it look like it fell into the earth. The earth went up into the sky. We are up on top of a T. And the other part of the upside down T on the bottom is where they're ruling from.
Okay.
That's what that letter I is. We all live in a capital I in the middle of the sky.
Okay. At this time, John, I'd like for you to imagine a beautiful pyramid composed entirely
Shelby,
of
this is John.Michael.1111.
beautiful thing to see.
He's
It
one of our
glows,
soul
it
brothers.
sparkles, it shimmers. I want you to mentally place that white pyramid of light so that it completely encloses your body, even the underneath side of your body, so that you are completely enclosed within the beautiful pyramid of white light.
He says a lot in his session.
This is your protection. The white light is a very powerful force. It can protect against anything. It will remain around your body the entire time that we do this. Nothing can harm you mentally or physically. You are protected. You are safe. You know it. You feel it. And it is very, very good. Now, I would like for you to imagine the most beautiful place in the world. What you consider to be the most beautiful place in the world, where there are no worries, no problems. It may be the forest, it may be a seashore, it may be a meadow, whatever you consider to be beautiful and peaceful. Can you find a place like that?
Yes.
Okay. At this time, I want you to tell me about it. Describe where you are.
It's nighttime. I'm in some kind of, I'm outside. It's not a forest, but there's trees and it's wilderness. But the plants and the grass on the ground are soft. And there's water nearby because I can smell it.
yourself to have a body?
Yes.
Okay. If you look down at your feet, what are you wearing on your feet?
I don't have anything on my feet. My barefoot.
All right. And what are you wearing on your body?
My feet. Hang on.
I'm following you.
Something's different about my feet.
Okay.
Something's different about his feet.
I think I have 6 toes.
Okay.
6 toes on each foot.
All
He's
right.
not human.
I have on, I guess it looks like, I guess they're pants, but they're really light material. Like it's super light material, and it's white.
Okay.
Yes, this is the recording I have. It's on YouTube at Opalstar 33.
It's the material I'm wearing is it's a shirt and pants, but it's all like this white material. It's not normal clothes.
Okay. Does your body feel male or female?
Male.
Okay. And do you feel young or old?
Young.
Okay. Are you wearing any jewelry or have any ornaments on your body?
Yes, but they're not. It's not made of matter. It's light.
Okay.
Oh, wow. See, you're here for a reason, darling.
Well,
And where it is on your body?
I've got bracelets on, but it's like they're floating. They're floating around my wrists,
Okay.
and also I have like a necklace around my neck, but it floats, and it rotates around my neck, and according to what I say, it bends in different positions, but it's made of light.
All right. Are you carrying anything?
Yes, I have a pack of arrows and a bow.
Okay. And what are your intentions with the arrows and bows?
I have a bow, but it's, what is it? Oh, so it looks like, so all it is a walking stick, and the arrows manifest when I imagine it too. So I hold the walking stick out in front of me, and I imagine I'm pulling it back in a bow, and the arrow will appear, and it's made of light. And when I release the arrow hits its target in order to start some kind of a reaction. But it's not for killing or anything bad. It's like a transformational process.
Okay. Anything else you can tell me about that?
It's something to do. The arrows are. Oh, I can't see it. So when you zoom in on the tip of the arrow, you see a little spark, like a little. It looks like a sparkler tip. So these arrows are all the initiation of specific processes that I have to do, that I have to start.
Okay. Any more you can tell me about that?
The northern fish of Pisces looks like a teardrop falling down with the tail in the air. The tail in the air is the weakness of that fish. If you break the tail, the whole fish shatters. They copied the structure of that and inverted it, and that's what the black umbrella is. The black umbrella is dark Mercury. That's why they've been showing us these bells. I have to shoot an arrow up into the middle of the umbrella. It's not an umbrella now, it's a bell.
He's a very
And
advanced
when we
being.
ring our bell down here with our fish in us, it will resonate with the bell on top of the pyramid in the firmament, and it'll shatter it, and it'll break this reality down.
Yeah, if you don't follow him, Astrid, go follow him. He's
What
amazing.
does that look like physically doing it in our human bodies?
We don't do it physically we do certain parts physically of the step. Time only exists outside of us. Time does not exist inside of our minds. So when we imagine something, it is happening on the etheric plane.
Yep.
And what happens on the etheric plane consistently ends up manifesting physically.
Yep.
Group meditations, we need to start doing group meditations together.
Yep.
That will help build the magnetic charge for it to manifest faster.
This was a few months ago.
What's the number of people that we need to
And we have been doing group
do
meditations.
this meditation?
Numbers not as important as the individuals. The individuals that have the highest frequency will output the strongest magnetic charge. The people that have been attending class are the selected ones to make this happen in divine timing.
Okay. Is there anything else you can tell us about that?
This is going to change all of our lives. That's all they won't show me anything else. Don't ruin. It's
Surprise.
Kind of like Christmas. Don't ruin the surprise.
Okay. So I want you to go back into that six-toed body there. And I want you to go to the place where you live and look at the outside of it and describe it to me. What does your place you live look like?
There is no inn. I live outside. I live I live in a tree.
Okay.
It's like an actual. So it's an actual tree, but it's huge, and it has agreed. It's alive, and it's agreed to allow me to live there because I feed it energy, and it feeds me energy. It's like it's a pact that I made with this. It's a huge tree. It's the trunk is huge, and it responds to me in real time. So at night, if I want to sleep under the stars, I go up into the branches, and it makes a hammock for me to lay in.
You're having memories.
So it's like a living house.
Okay. If you were to look at yourself, do you look human or what do you look like? Describe yourself to me. We know you have 6 toes. What does the rest of you look like?
I have 6 fingers on each hand also. I have blonde hair, but it's like white. It's white blonde hair, and it almost looks like I'm underwater, but I'm not underwater. It's like gravity isn't affecting it. It's like floating up everywhere. Almost looks like it's like white fire, but it's not fire. It's my hair, and and I can't. There's something else to it. It's almost like little down feathers, and there's something.
Yeah, it's
There's
10-10.
something else. There's
Okay, as you speak, the fuzziness will clear.
on the sides of my head. There's something else that there's like a little slit in my temple, and there's something else underneath my temple.
Hey, Larry.
On either side of my head.
Like fish gills?
It almost looks
like
it almost looks like gills, but it's just a single slit. Oh no, I see what it is. There are horns that come out of my temples, and they go up or they go down. The communication device. So it's part of the telepathic communication system that I have.
Okay. And you're alone there?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else you could tell me about that life that you would like John to know?
Water. When you put both feet in the water, that's how you eat.
Why are you sorry?
The sun charges the water, and all I have to do is stand in the water for a couple minutes, and I get all the energy I need.
Okay, perfect. All right. Now,
He's
John,
great.
leave
This was
that
an awesome
scene,
session
and
for
let's
him.
move forward to an important day, a day that you consider to be important when something is happening. We have now moved forward to an important day. What is happening?
Oh, you called him
What do you
Michael
see?
in the above question.
I see immediately like a big
Oh, I don't see a
beetle,
question.
or like a scarab beetle,
Hmm.
and he's got his front claws are opening, and it's trying to latch onto something.
Mhm. Does it seem
Oh.
like friendly, or what's going on? Tell me
No,
more.
It's been a while since I did
they're
this
showing
session,
me-
so.
They're showing me about the moon.
Hmm.
What about the moon?
There's a monkey moon key, and then
They're blue.
the scarab claws turn from what looks like a C, and then it turns on its side to like a U. It turns into bull horns, and the bull horns then turn into the symbol of dark mercury. Dark mercury's flipping upside down. An arrow goes into the middle, turns into a bell. The fish comes into us. We ring our bell with our voice, and it shatters the reality. They're showing me the same thing again.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's move away from that scene. From where you are now, you can look back on that old life and see it much clearer. Every life has a lesson and a purpose. As you look at that life, what did you learn from it? What was the purpose of that life?
It's not a past life, it's my future life.
Okay?
What they just showed me are memories from that life that I was thinking about that happened in our future timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're answering the question that I had about.
Okay.
They keep showing me the same thing over and over again. We're on the right track. We know what to do.
We're on the right track. We know what to do.
Okay. Is there anything else you need to tell us about that? Or does John pretty much know what he needs to do?
John knows.
John knows. Okay. So we're going to move totally away from that scene, leaving the person there to continue on their own path. Now, John, you can either move forward or backward to find another appropriate time and place that has information that you need.
Yeah,
And
the
now
higher
another
self has
time
a
and
lower
place.
voice
What is
than
happening?
the
What
normal
do you
self.
see?
I'm in a room. I don't even know if I'm in the room. It's like a cylindrical room, and there's a
I'll be right back.
staff along like a staff in the middle of the room, and around it there's a ribbon, moon channel cancel each other out. It's supposed to be one channel all the way up and then one circling around it. Only one, not two. They're closing up our moon channel. Still behind, I can feel it like it's like a strange cold sensation that I feel like on the back of my lower head, above my neck, on my head, where that little knob is. It's filling in and going away so that the moon can't control us anymore.
Okay. So there's something that we need to do to facilitate this, or is this something that's just happening?
No, it's something that's just happening.
Okay.
It's a feeling of a distortion.
And in this life you see right now, do you perceive yourself to have a body?
I can't tell yet.
Okay.
I'm floating.
Okay.
I wonder if he's
I don't
around.
think I have a body.
Okay.
He's really an amazing person.
So what are you doing in that space that you're floating in? And describe that space.
I'm
Let
doing
me invite anyone.
Okay.
I'm
No.
using my mind to change things. And it's a
No.
circular room.
I don't know.
It has a flat ceiling and a flat floor, but it's really tall and it's dark. It's like pitch black except for whatever it is that I'm working on. It's made of light.
Okay. And what is it you're working on?
I'm working on healing distortions.
Okay.
I'm teaching people. There's others that are around. There's others all along the curved wall watching.
Okay. If you look into the eyes of those others, do you recognize any of them?
Yeah, it's a lot of you guys. There's all kinds of people though. Like, there's rows and rows
Hey,
and
Kelly.
rows of people sitting all behind one another. Oh, and then the first row that makes up the cylinder wall.
Ah,
each
both
person
Kellys.
then turns around, and then they have their own cylinder of people. It's an infinite process. It's showing me. It's almost like the process of teaching each other or paying it forward has the geometric structure of a cylinder. There's something infinite about the structure of a cylinder. And the walls that are circular just create the illusion that there is an end to it, but there really isn't. It's layer after layer after layer, circle within a circle within a circle within a circle within a circle.
Circle within circles. Remember that.
Is there anything else you can tell me about that? Being part of that? What does it mean to be part of that structure?
That's what happens in our bodies. Our aura is in a cylinder. So everything that we experience in our life, we are teaching to an infinite amount of younger souls that are within our systems.
A quantum healing session.
That have agreed to be a part of our physical or energetic
John.Michaels .1111.
exchange to give us this vehicle to experience the
My
opportunity
session with
to
him.
teach them with.
Sometime last year.
Okay. Is there anything else you can tell me about that?
No, I need to be less serious and have more fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, he's been having a lot of fun.
Okay. What are some things that you can do to have fun? What are some things that you need to do to have fun?
They say that I know how to have fun. I just need to put it as a priority, even when something that I perceive as important. There's nothing more important than having fun in each moment.
Right. So that was the purpose of showing you that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's move away again from that scene, leaving the entity there to continue on their path. And then you can either move forward or backward to find another appropriate time and place that has information that you need. You are now at another time and place. What is happening? What do you see?
It looks like I'm getting really strong visuals now. It looks like a boomerang of some kind. And then the tips of it come all the way back around. It becomes a circle. And it has an E. Now it's a M. The E is becoming an M. The sun is becoming Mu. The sun rules from Mu. The sun, S-O-N, rules from Mu. The land
That makes sense.
is connected to a god or a goddess. And so, in order to control all of the land, they have the knowledge and the outlines of the land, the sacred geometries of the land. So Mu is the heart chakra. It was when it was part of the same plane that Earth is now. They dropped it into the south. That's where they rule from, the summer lands. The sun, S-O-N, rules from Mu, but Mu is already begun to rise back up. Mu is coming back up. There's a direct connection to submerged Mu. And that is the Gemini. It's between the Gemini observatories in the Pacific. Gemini is where it runs from. It's directly the land within the golden halo.
It's talking about Lumeria.
Connection to submerged Mu, and the connection to that Gemini land within the golden halo puts it on the same plane as we are, which allows them to create the false reality that we're in. There's going to be a huge landmass that comes up in the Pacific, and it's going to push things on the west coast. It's going to smush it to the right.
Yeah, I was just going to ask what kind of physical things that we will see from Mu emerging.
There's going to be possible floods on the west coast, Hawaii, and there's also going to be earthquakes. But the earthquakes are going to spread farther to the east as the land masses start to change.
Mm-hmm.
But this is something that will happen in a way that will not affect us negatively.
Mm-hmm. All right. Is there anything else you could tell us about Mu's emergence? Energetically?
The process is nearly complete of cleansing out all of the dark forces, including the sun, S-O-N, from Mu. And when those dark forces are gone, that's when the gravity technology will be suspended gradually. Will literally become lighter because there is no such thing as gravity.
Mm-hmm.
It's vortex technology.
Are people going to be able to fly?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Levitation?
Yes. And part of the way that our bodies were mutated is by giving us much denser bodies, increasing the carbon content and taking out the silicon content, which created a more dense form, and that dense form was able to resonate with the damping harmonic interval on the 5-vortex that holds us down to the ground like a magnet.
Okay. So showing you all these things, showing John all these things, what did he learn from it? What was the purpose of showing him all of this? What's he going to do with this information?
He already knows all of it.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs to be reminded to have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
If you go look at his videos, he has fun.
John is super careful about saying or doing anything before he's sure about it, because he doesn't want to accidentally create a misperception of further deception.
And John's an old soul. How many lives has he lived?
No, you're here
How many
for a
Earth
reason,
lives has he lived?
Shelby. He's lived a lot of lives, John has. With a lot of us. I have a direct connection with him. And if you're feeling resonant with him, it's probably because you've had a past
That
life
sounds
with
like
him.
a lot. How many is that?
He named a Roman numeral, and it's a really high one.
They're showing me in Roman numerals.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what number that is.
I know X is 10 or maybe 100.
There's an is it an M?
M is 100, isn't it? Roman
There's
numeral?
M's, there's C's. I
100.
don't know what that is.
C 100.
Yeah, I think the C is 100. The X's are 10 maybe. So yeah, you've lived a few human lives. All right. At this time, I'd like to call in John's higher self, his angels, his guides, supervisors. I know you're here. I want you to step forward. I would like to ask if it's possible to answer some questions.
You guys
John
want to hear
has
his questions?
for his journey? Would it be okay to ask some questions?
That was the past life section.
All right.
So next
John
comes his
has
questions.
questions about his ascension. Where should he be focused right now on his ascension?
He has been given the vibrations that allow him to unite entertainment with education. He knows what the information is. Now he just has to make the decision to have fun with it. He takes his role very seriously, so he is working on turning down the serious and turning back up the silly. He knows he can do that by telling his own never-ending story.
Okay. Should John write a book?
He already did. He just has to tell it.
Okay. Anything else you can tell me about that?
He just needs to remember to make it easy. Just tell the story. Don't worry about the specific details. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just tell the story.
What clarity can you give us about John's downloads?
John has a role to play in the architecture.
You said it, I didn't.
Of building. He's a builder. Specifically, he is a builder who teaches others how to build.
Okay.
John receives most of his knowledge through energetic vibrations that are encoded within symbols that we show him at the right time. This information gets compiled into energetic structures that give him what he calls clear sentience.
Is there anything else John needs to know about this?
He knows everything he needs to know.
Okay.
See how he's talking in the third
At this
person?
time, I'd like for John's dragon guide to come forward.
Aw.
And do you have any messages for John today?
John already knows that he's protected. He's often called forward his protector to communicate. We are his protectors.
He's a good soul.
He knows.
And what name do you go by?
He knows the name Zoe. When he uses the name Zoe, it activates the collective dragon force that protects him.
The dragons. We all have dragon guides.
Amazing. Is there anything else you want to tell him today?
Keep on demonstrating to others how to not have any fear.
No fear.
decision to stand up to fear, they also are then gifted with a dragon protector and become a rider.
Dragon rider.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'd like to ask, what are John's starseed origins? What planet is he from originally?
John has been on multiple planets. His incarnation on the original Earth before the changes happened was from Andromeda.
Okay.
Andromedans had a race of people who looked like a bull. This is why when the reflection of Andromeda was created for our galaxy now, they named it the Milky Way.
Okay. Does John have any messages from any past loved ones that would like to come in?
John is being sent confirmation that when he feels at certain points of the day, when he realizes something or connects dots, he often feels as if a bunch of people around him are cheering and high-fiving. Those are his family members celebrating.
They're always around us.
Okay, perfect. Can you give us some clarity on John's experience in 2016? Is he a walk-in in this life?
John had a major transformation that started in 2012. The way that, because John has such an intense focus, the only way to turn that focus inward was to crack it in half. He had a traumatic breakup, and that caused him to turn inward from the outside completely. That was the first time he started to see who he really was.
Okay.
Then there was another series of challenges that were set up to progress John sequentially down his path. And every time that there was one of these setups, he learned from it the first time. Every time.
Okay, perfect. What can you tell us about John's relationship with Mary Moses?
You guys know Forest Fairy?
They are part of the same soul family. There is a resonance and a knowing that is going to continue to be more prominent among soul family members. Specifically, John is connected to Mary due to not only their soul family connection, but they both have an amplification of that signal through their names, Mary's first name and John's middle name.
Okay. And what can you tell us about John's relationship with myself?
John and Thomasina have been partners in previous assignments. They are both a type of seraphim angel called seraphi. These are beings that are called the fiery ones. They look like they're made of blue flames. The connection that was intended to initiate the
All those in here are supposed to hear this.
Of the history and relationship between John and Thomasina was established through the song and in motion from St. Elmo's fire.
The blue fire. That's why you're in here. You carry the blue fire also.
Okay, thank you. We also have a collective question, and it is about the Christos realignment mission. How does our collective stand on that mission at this time?
At this point in time, there is an opportunity for humanity in this version of Earth's reality to complete the puzzle on your own without any help. There are two paths forward. The first path is to allow Earth to ascend, which will automatically happen as the frequencies in individuals continue to increase until the threshold is reached, at which point the ascension will take place. The other path is that a group of humans figures out the shortcut, and the shortcut creates a completely different set of experiences prior to the ascension event.
Anything you can tell us about the ascension event?
Hello, Don.
The entire universe is watching this timeline right now because this has never happened before. And they can't wait for us to get there because humans are the only species that have ever had the extreme opposite polarities within the same vehicle forced on them for numerous incarnations. And humanity was able to ascend the entire planet along with their species. Humans are going to be a vital component in moving forward in the universe to bring peace to the ongoing galactic wars.
All right. Do you have any final messages for John today?
Have fun.
Have fun. Have fun.
Okay. Okay. John, I want to thank you so much for being here. I want to thank you for your I do understand that the higher self holds the ability to heal any part of the human body that may need healing.
Okay, now it's just his healing.
John's body and tell us if there are any.
Now it's just his healing, his scan, his body scan, and the crystalline river meditation, all that. So yeah, that was John's session, and it was pretty remarkable, pretty amazing. One of my best sessions, I have to say, because he gave a lot of information about things that we don't normally see, right? And he continues to do that. That's why I say if you don't follow him, go follow him. It's John.Michaels 1111. And he's a very advanced being. Ah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Quantum healing isn't exactly a gift. I was trained to do it. The gifts do come in as far as the clairvoyance and connecting with beyond the veil and stuff to get answers also. It does come in, but as you can see, the person that is under hypnosis is the one speaking for themselves. Their higher selves is speaking. Their teams speak through them. They speak in third person. It doesn't come out of my mouth. The only thing that I do is facilitate it. Right? I didn't know he was going to say what he said when he said it. So, yeah. But, well, I hope I answered some of you guys' questions about what a quantum healing session entails. What, at least what mine do. I don't know how other people do it. I'm sure we all have our own ways we do things, right? But that is all about mine. And did you have any other questions? I know we've been here 8 to 9 to 10, about 3 hours. So did anyone else have any questions about quantum healing? We have been through everything tonight. And I will put this, I'll try to put this, if I can, on my YouTube. Just when and how to sign up. Okay, so all you have to do, I am following you. I know I'm following you. Yeah. So all you have to do is message me and with your email. And I will send you an email. And then we just schedule a session and we do it. Always divine time. Always divine time. When your team says it's time to speak, we will speak. They will speak to you. Okay? Yeah. Saturdays I make ankhs for those that are having a session. If you want an ankh before you have a session, if you feel like, oh, I'm one of those people that can't be hypnotized, or you've tried hypnosis before and couldn't be hypnotized, having an ankh in your left hand as we do this will help with the connection with your higher self. That's what they're for. So if you feel you might need one of those, then come on Saturday and we'll make you one, and I will send it out to you so that you will have it for your quantum healing session. Okay? And that's complimentary with a quantum healing session. 2 hours later. Oh, she's 8. Oh, wow. 8 is a little young for quantum healing, I think. I've never heard of anyone doing it that young. I've heard of a teenager doing it, but not an 8-year-old. Although I really don't see the issue with it. It's very safe. Saturday, I get on about 10 o'clock, and then it runs for a few hours. Whenever I feel like getting off. If I feel like getting off at 2 or 3, whenever. So. Oh, then she probably wouldn't have a problem at all. These children that are coming in right now, they're all crystal babies. From anywhere from just born to 10 years old. They're all crystal babies. They're all lit up like Christmas trees. They have all their DNA intact. Yeah, remembering past lives, all this stuff. I was watching a thing on YouTube the other day about so many children remembering their past lives. Yeah. Yeah, if you want one for your daughter, what you could do is sit by her as she has one. I would do it for her. I love kids. I have a grandson that's 5. So yeah. Hey, Josh. Yep. All right. So if no one else has any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and, hello, darling. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down unless you want to say something, Josh, unless you want to do something. You can sit right beside her and hold her hand the whole time. Hey, Terry.
Hello, Angel Sister.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I just
Good.
did just telling people about healing and went over John.Michaels with everyone.
Nice.
Yeah, his second one's really good.
I just wanted to jump on and say the message is the revelations I've been getting today. Whenever
Yes,
this
Shelby.
whenever
We are
this
family.
whenever this eclipse happens, the um the solar system like literally lines up perfectly over the United States as the birth canal being the Panama Canal is perfectly lined up with Mother Mary in the solar system, and that's the day that everything completely shifts
I just
for
got
us.
the same exact message.
And I knew it. I knew it. It's just confirmation. All right.
Child is at the lady's feet.
Yes. Yes.
Child. And that's
Yeah.
the one, that's the thing that John talks about. John.Michael talks about.
Yeah.
The
I
meteor
put
or
it
whatever it
together.
is.
Wendy and I put it together. We know we know what to do. Everything is going to be lined up perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Because you're a rainbow butterfly, Shelby. I told you we're here for a reason.
Yes. Everything is lining up perfectly. We're about to go through the best shift humanity has ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So just stay positive. Don't let any of the negative out there
Yes.
bother you at all. This is all God's master plan. This is all for everybody's highest good. There's no
Yep.
reason to be afraid. The only ones that
Yep.
need to be afraid are the ones that have been doing very, very bad ill will to
Yep.
the children, are the only ones that really have to worry. And they
And they are
will.
afraid. They're very afraid of us because we now know who we are
Exactly.
and we're very powerful.
Very,
Just
very.
like they can put poison in our water and we can alchemize it.
Yeah, it doesn't affect us. I've been proved. God proved that to me. Proved it to me. There's nothing.
No.
There's nothing that can hurt us, and there's nothing going to stop this at all.
Yeah.
It's already done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just
Little
wanted to
Jesse,
jump.
kitty kitty.
Yes. There's a little
Yeah,
one.
they're being removed. In fact, a lot of them are already removed, and what you're seeing is
Yeah.
drones or clones or
Yes. 100%.
actors.
100%.
Yeah.
Already been
Hi,
taken care of.
darling.
That's what all the military being like. Everybody's seeing the military in the major cities. That's what it's been about. They've been rounding them up.
Yeah, the military are actually in control of things right now.
100%, and they have been for the whole time Biden's been in office. Actually,
Yeah. Yeah.
we know. We know. I
Yes,
think
we know. We know.
our session is going to reveal so much deep information, but it's got to come
It's
after
gonna
that
be
day.
it's gonna be mind blowing.
Yes, I know it. Spirit, when you said that today, Spirit's like they have no idea what's about to come. I was like, well, that's who but better to come through. I said, let's do it.
I
But
know. I
it'll be
know.
it. You know, divine. You know what it'll
Yep.
be.
Divine
Yeah.
time always.
Mhm.
Always, always.
It's going to be amazing for everybody, too, because it's going to unlock a lot of people's a lot of people's memories.
I know.
It's going to be a powerful one.
I know. It's gonna
I'm
be
just
amazing.
grateful to be walking it out with you, sister. All the help you've given me all along the way to help me remember. And I hope everybody feels the same way because you've done a lot for us all. Truly, truly.
Well,
I
you
could.
guys
I
have
don't.
done everything for me. I mean, I found you guys. You're my soul family. I never could relate to people before this. I was locked up because people thought I was crazy.
100%.
And when I find, hundreds of people that are just like me, I'm not crazy.
100%.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's yeah, life's about to get amazing. And
Yeah.
I'm grateful to be we're all grateful to be walking here and just enjoy it because we reap what we sowed. All that hard work we put in for the last 2 years, especially the last year, but everything we've created is all gonna happen. And it's gonna be a beautiful place to live for the ones
Right?
that
I
chose
look
to live.
back
Yeah.
from last year and it's like things have changed so much. The
Right?
dynamic has changed. The whole
Yeah.
world has changed in a year.
Yes. What's up, Bradley?
Yeah,
Yes.
Josh is
The,
here. You want to come up, Brad?
the people I've been meeting lately, like
Come up,
literally,
Jerry.
are almost a complete resemblance. Like I'm getting myself back everywhere I go, and I'm like, this is amazing. Like where I'm literally watching the shift happen. I'm like, this is absolutely amazing.
Me too.
It's great. It's great.
hmm Like I told you guys the other day in class, I was like, I see you in me. I see
Mhm.
me in you. I see the mirror.
100%. 100%. Once you
Doesn't get
find
better
your
than
higher
you.
self and you let that higher self just guide you, you found the key to your
That is
highest
the key.
timeline.
It's the whole key. It's the key to manifestation. It's the key to
Yeah,
everything. You are
yeah,
the universe. You are
yeah.
your universe. You
You
create your
create
universe.
you create your inner reality by your thoughts. Your thoughts will create what happens in your real life if you focus on that thought all the time because it's a thought you know you want in life.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
come to you. It'll come to you.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
universe will provide it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's always been that way. They just made everybody so dumb about the spiritual path and your journey that they took the easy part of life away because now you're not thinking of your own. You're creating
Right,
havoc
Terry?
and confusion every day.
It is beautiful. It is beautiful when your guides start guiding all the moments of your life.
Oh, yes, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Truly is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
getting
know who
ready to.
came up on my FYP the other day? And I don't
Yeah.
even know how because I thought he was blocked, was General.
Really? I
Yeah.
haven't even.
I
Wow.
was like, what?
He's one of the. Yeah, he's. There's a lot of them
AI.
out there. Yeah,
He's all
completely.
AI.
Completely.
Yeah.
They're trying to create a new AI timeline because
Oh,
it's already been defeated. So they're trying to create a new one. And it ain't gonna work, especially once we all get together here soon and frickin'
I know.
completely raise the frequency of the planet all the way to 5G. Then
Yeah.
there'll be no,
Yeah.
it's gonna be amazing.
Shelby, my classes are in the morning from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time because I'm in Florida.
Very helpful. If you can be there every day, it'll give
Oh,
you a lot of
right.
growth. I promise you that. I promise you. It
If you
might
need
be,
some love,
it might sound a little far fetched to you because we're a little farther along in like deeper in the knowledge in the books, but it'll resonate with your soul.
she has a crystal baby,
Oh, well, then
an 8-year-old that is lit up
that's
like the
how.
Christmas tree.
I got an
So
8-year-old
she
too.
knows.
Oh yes,
Yeah, she
yeah,
says nothing we've said sound crazy. She's here for a reason.
yeah, for sure. What's up,
How you
Brad, bro? How you been?
doing?
I'm all right. I was getting ready to go to sleep for the night. Spirit has other plans for me, so it seems. I
Yeah.
gotta be, I
So,
gotta be, I gotta be
what have
up
you been
at
up
work
to?
early. Well, today is 3 weeks exactly that I've been here. I just finished up a 42-hour work week. Um,
Wow.
Not really where I'm supposed to be, but it's also where I'm supposed to be, if that makes
It's
sense.
where you're
You're
supposed to
always
be.
exactly where you're meant to be. Sorry, yeah, dude. I've
Yeah,
been.
So, what are you doing?
it's for now, huh?
What are you doing? Are you meeting people?
I'm a mechanic at Venice Honda.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I
Good
interviewed
for
for a
you.
job at Siesta Key Beach this week, which pays almost 300 more a week and has insurance from day one working for Sarasota County. And so we'll see. I feel like that job's already mine. That's kind of what I hear. So
Well, then it already is,
That's right.
right?
Exactly.
You're a manifester, Bradley. You got
Yeah.
this.
You can get whatever you want. Just do it. Think
No,
about it. And just think about it and do it.
yeah.
Don't worry. Everything's gonna shift here real soon, brother. Don't things will get better.
I'm a
A
bit
lot
of a
better.
I'm a bit of a gatekeeper of sorts, and I never really know what I'm gatekeeping, but I've been having to do heart expansions, auric field cleanings, and heart activations for people all night, and I've had to do them for some other major creators tonight. And they've circled me back to Opal. I was literally laying down and going back to bed.
That's good.
If it's okay with you, Opal, I'm actually guided to do this for the entire room.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. If
There's
anyone
12
wants
people
to
in.
receive this healing energy, all you have to do is say I accept and it will come to you. Okay. We're going to cleanse and expand your auric field.
Okay.
We are going to expand your heart chakra and send an activation to your heart chakra. I ask that you close your eyes and take a deep breath. Exhale on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. All right. I am connected to all of you in this chat at once. I am expanding your auric field and cleaning it at the same time. Although it's actually very clean, I don't see much of anything with anyone hanging on to the auric field portion of things. That's actually very good. Our progression as a group as a whole is just unreal. All right. All right. There's gonna be three. Yeah, okay. There's three of you in here are gonna receive a major heart activation. You're gonna have to drink your water like usual. Make sure you get the rest. You may shed some tears. This is normal. And here we go. I don't see any cords, attachments, anything with anyone that's ready for releasing at this time. Is there anything that's ready for releasing at this time? Nothing. Okay. All right. This energy is focused directly on Opal. Like I said, everyone that has said chose to accept will accept. However, her energy radiates to the entire group, like it or not. She can't help that. So, there we go.
They all accepted it through putting their name on the butterfly.
Sweet. Very true. All right now I'm filling my entire body with divine white light energy and divine golden light energy. And I'm going to push all of this into your heart chakras. I'm holding on to the back side of you with my left hand, and it's coming out my right hand on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. It is burst inside of you right now, spreading all the way to your fingers and toes. You are filling with this divine white light energy. Divine white light coming in through the top, through the crown chakra, and golden light energy coming up through the root. And now they are both circulating top to bottom. And I am expanding your heart chakra more. And again, more. And we're going to seal it with the kiss. This is kind of my trademark thing. Activate. You're done. Thank you for participating. Disconnecting.
Wow.
If you were in here and you chose to say I accept or accept it in your mind, you will receive this energy. It might be a little bit heavy.
That just completely drained my battery down to 2%.
Mia, scariera, tuturi ka kapakat yo
That was powerful.
Wow.
Beautiful.
All right.
Was powerful.
I'm wore out.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. Late for me too.
It is.
My phone's gonna die, so I'll see you guys. Much love to you. Just keep them high vibes, people. Everything's perfect. God bless.
Yes,
I love
everything
you.
is perfect.
Good night, Josh. It was good to see
Later.
you.
Love you
Good
guys.
to see you too, brother.
Get some sleep.
I'll see you in the morning.
Yes. See you guys in the morning.
11:11.
All right, guys. I'm going to close out this now. We're going to end it like that. That was amazing. Yes.
Make
Love
sure
you
you get
guys. Have a
some
beautiful
water.
night.
Sweet dreams. Good night.
Yeah. Yep, I got my water right here. It's all alchemized. I already alchemized it.
All right. Cool.
Only
Bye-bye.
for my highest good. All right, guys. Love you so much. Namaste. My soul knows your soul, and I love you.